Shiny lobster. What about tan? Middle. Yes, Middle Caicos. What about green? And what was that? What was that for?
Fertility.
And what color is Providenciales?
Blue.
Turquoise. Yes. What does pink represent?
Flamingo.
Yes. And what about yellow?
Sun. Sunshine.
Yes. God's glory as the sun shining. And so that's why we're showcasing the Turks and Caicos Islands colors. Now, without further ado, I'm going to invite the Honorable E.J. Saunders, and you notice Honorable E.J. has a brand, all right? It's not Irvin J. It's the Honorable E.J. Saunders. And I'm going to invite the Honorable E.J. Saunders to bid you welcome. Honorable Saunders.
I'll go through it. I don't think you can see it.
No video.
Can you guys see the screen?
No. Wait a sec.
Can you?
Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, turn it on.
You do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay. So you can tell me if you can see the screen?
Not yet.
Nothing.
Not
They're
yet?
working on that.
Well, I'd like to welcome you all before you It is. Otherwise, I'll just get started. But until we wait, I can just go into my joke routine. And
You got jokes?
well, I had a song and dance routine, but I was using it on the campaign trail, and I think I've worn that out. Well, I'll give it 30 seconds. And just,
Disconnect, reconnect. Yeah.
is it up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
It's
Disappear
okay?
again? No. What?
Is it here?
No, it was gone.
No, he just switched off the TV. It
Just
will
switch
reboot.
off. But yeah, okay. Now
It's up.
it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, good, good.
Go ahead.
It makes me a little bit nervous when I see it going back and forth. And I'm an IT guy, but they're using a Mac now, and I've been working for the last couple of years, well, for maybe more years than most of you have been alive on PC platform. But good evening. I'd like to invite all of you here, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming. It's one of the projects that I've been working on, been trying to get out of the way before you all know that election's on the 7th of February, and there's a number of things I was working on over the last couple of months that I've been trying to get out, working furiously to be able to get out before elections, so I can then focus on that. But what we're here for today is Google Street View. So over the last maybe 2 months, around about November, I've been working with a Google partner called World Travel in 360 to be able for us to be able to capture the Turks and Caicos and put it on Street View. Some of you, I don't know if all of you are familiar with Street View, but Street View works in conjunction with Google Maps. And it actually gives you the ability to be able to see the roads almost in video. It's high definition, but it's shot with a 360-degree camera, and so when you're moving down the road, you can actually see the location. And when I was working with them, we decided that we were going to do it the most extensive, more than any other place probably in the world. And so we discussed with them capturing all of the roads, and not just the roads, but being able to capture all of the points of interest and cultural and heritage sites and everything. So I went through and we decided that we're going to do all of the 6 main islands in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Well, actually 7. And I actually thought it was 8 main islands, but it's turned out to be 7. We covered all of them. So we have Grand Turk, we've got Salt Key. Sorry, I've got Grand Turk twice. It should have been 6. Okay, so we've got Grand Turk, we've got Salt Key, South Caicos, Middle Caicos, North Caicos, and Providenciales. We've got over 600 miles of roads that we've captured. So we've captured every road in the Turks and Caicos. I think these guys hate me, and you're going to hear from them a little bit later. I think they probably hate me because I went onto Google Earth and was looking at every little place that I saw a road. We measured a road. I know the minister is here who deals with roads. He can now see all of his roads in video, in high definition video, so we could know exactly what needs to be done. We covered over 160 beaches and cultural and heritage sites. Again, I researched this, went all the way down to every little thing that I saw that would have been interesting. We did it. I'm just going to go through it very quickly. In Salt Cay, I'm going to run through these sites pretty quickly. We did the government White House, the Salt Cay Dock, North Bay Beach, Long Bay Beach, Whale House Bay. Now, you can put your hands up if you know any of these places. Ruins at Taylor Hill, the airport, South Bay Beach, South Point, South District Beach, Belfort Town Beach, Northeast Point Beach, Little Bluff Lookout, South Creek, South Wells, the Anglican Church. Even though I am Methodist, I did the Anglican Church because it's the church of the state church, and the Mary Robinson Primary School. Do you guys know any of these spots? Okay? So, in Grand Turk, we did the Lighthouse, the National Museum, the International Airport, the Parliament Building, the Clock Public Park, Jakes McCartney Memorial Site, his statue, North Creek, the prison, the governor's residence on the outside, obviously, the Port Authority Dock, Governor's Beach, Front Street Beach, Middle Street, Over Island Parade Ground, the museum, the prison museum, Cogburn Town Beach, the Anglican Church again. I don't know if they're any Methodists here, and Greenwich's still going. The Anglican Church. We started the Salt House Museum, the Medical Center, Mission Folly Beach, Queen Street Beach, the Cruise Center, White Sands Beach, Bobby Rock Point. They got a beach called named after my dad. I don't think that's official, but I've seen it on Google, so we're going to go with that. English Point Beach, Long Haul Beach, the Grand Turk Sign, the National Park, Offspray, Bajari Beach, Pillory Beach. Grand Turk has a bird observatory. I didn't even know that.
Yes.
You know, and it's at the end it's by the North Creek, so that's been captured. Hawk's Nest, the public park, the Friendship 7, historic space capsule. If you all don't know what it is, John, that was when a model of the capsule at John Glenn came in. And Greenwich's still going. South Creek, the Mangrove Nursery, the Old Kong Farm, Breezy Bay, the Ridge Beach, the community college, and the primary schools. The South Caicos, we've got the airport, the Boiling Hole, East Bay Beach, Highland, Shark Bay, and we go all the way down Bell Sound, Long Beach, Cove Beach, Blendon Cut Beach, Highland Great House. I don't know if Norman, my brother, knows where that is. I think I used to take him horseback riding with me to Highland House, the Regatta Village, again the Anglican Church, the Port Authority, Jerry Camp, those of you from South Caicos, and Congron Dock. And we got all these sites in Middle Caicos, Nugent Harbor, Bambara Beach, Wild Cow Run. This is the first time I'd heard about Wild Cow Run. Cedar Point Beach, Kangbar Caves, the Indian Caves, Crossing Point Trail. Just to tell you, Crossing Point Trail used to be before they actually had, well, long before they had the bridge between North and Middle, and before lots of people had boats, they would wait until the tide was low and walk in the water between North Caicos and Middle Caicos, and that's what's Crossing Point Place Trail. So you can see the Pine Yard, and you can go on and on. We've got all of the heritage sites, and we have the same thing for North Caicos. I'm not going to walk all the way through it, but you can see that here all the sites in North Caicos. We have it for Providenciales, all of the beaches in Providenciales, and we have so all in all we have 38 sites in Provo. I think that was the end of it. Actually, 44 sites. And overall, it comes to more than 160 sites across the Turks and Caicos. So I just wanted you to know how extensive it is. And to get the Google team to come down here, this is World Travel and Treaty, they're a Google partner, but to get them to come down here, I had to work very hard for them to get me a time slot. And I don't know what happened. They had to pick the worst possible time there was. Just after Christmas, they told me they were coming the 8th of January. I told them, I said, guys, I'm campaigning. They said they wanted to be a part of it. And in order to show their support for me, Frederica decided to come out in his closest PNP suit. So
your honor.
actually, it wasn't an honor of me. Frederico tells me that's his style, you know. But hey, kudos to Frederico for being able to pull it off. But I want to again thank you, for coming out. I want you to see that how detailed this is going to be. The Minister of Tourism, Honorable Conley, is here, but I wanted Honorable Conley to know that we left nothing to chance. We covered everything, and I truly believe that this is going to be the most detailed country in the world in terms of what we put onto Google Street View and in the 360 virtual tours. I don't know of any other, certainly not in the Caribbean, that has that many sites covered. And I may have to say it this way, is that you don't have to worry. I'm going to make the data available to the government on copyleft terms, which is the opposite to copyright, which means that the government can utilize whatever data they want. They can use it for whatever use. If Experienced TCI wants all of the data for their website, the National Trust, the Department of Culture and Heritage, whatever they want, you can have it for free. It's my gift to the Turks and Caicos. It's one of the things, I like tech, and this is one of the things that So with that, without further ado, I know you don't want to hear from me. I'm not the person who's the techie behind it. I'm only the person who dragged the guys in and make sure that everything is okay. So, but I'm going to turn it over to them, and they will show you all the stuff that they've done. Now, I know someone asked me yesterday, they said, are you launching it today? Actually, we're not launching it today. It's actually almost done. And I think most of the islands are done and it's being uploaded. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Frederico, Demeter. One is from Bulgaria. The rest of the three is from, they're Italian. So if you don't understand what they're saying, I'll come back up and translate for you. My Bulgarian isn't the greatest, but I've been working on it for the last couple of days. But with that, thank you again for coming out, and I'm going to turn it over to Cheryl and the rest of the team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable EJ. Come on, you can do better than that. We're small, but we can clap louder. Yeah, that's awesome. And what a generous gift to Turks and Caicos and to us. So we thank you so very much, Honorable EJ. Well done. I also understand that the Honorable Arabella Smith is here with us. She's always supporting, and so we'd like to say good evening to her and thanks for coming. And now Dr. Della Higgs from the TCI National Trust will make her brief remarks. Dr. Higgs. And we have a new director of the National Trust, Mrs. Jasmine Parker Thomas, and she's also here with us. But Mrs. Parker Thomas, congratulations on the new position. Thank you for being here. And like the Honorable EJ said, the National Trust will also be a beneficiary of all this data and information. Dr. Higgs?
Hi, good evening. My name is Dr. Della Higgs. I am a cultural anthropologist with the Turks and Caicos National Trust. When we were contacted by Honorable Saunders about this Google Street View project, and he sent some videos. So I said, oh my goodness, this is exciting, being able to look, and actually see your island like this, and so wild, so vivid. And I just got excited about that, in terms of tourism, and what it means for our country and tourism, and being able to as our bread and butter, and being able to have that and give the world that. And then I started talking to him a little bit about what we want to do at the National Trust, a part of our mission, creating a heritage registry, and seeing this. So that got me so excited, as an educator, to be able, because all I'm thinking now, all the lights and everything's just going off in my head right now in terms of how we can use this for people to learn about our islands, for our students, our youth, to learn about our island in such an interactive way. And so, you look at these streets, you look at the Wade's Green Plantation, and being able to go there, with these goggles or however we experience it tonight, and people can be able to look and just click on that and see, our island and see our cultural sites from this point of view, and then be able to click and get the history of it and read and do research. And so for me, that was exciting for me in terms of education, in terms of getting our culture and our history out there, and our students being able, and our students abroad. And folks, we are highly educated island, and our populace in the Turks and Caicos Islands, highly educated. We owe it to our children in terms of having what they're used to in terms of technology right now. They are just beyond everything. And so to be able to learn about their history and learn about the cultural heritage, that what got me so excited and got me on board with all of this, and thinking, oh my goodness, this can be the greatest thing for the Turks and Caicos Islands. So I know I was, when, talking to Honorable Saunders, I know, he was like this. And I apologize, this crazy woman, because I just get excited, when we talk about culture, and when we talk about our history, and we talk about, when we talk about our heritage and tangible heritage and intangible heritage, and this one is intangible that people can actually look at and people can learn from. And I think in making this public and having this access to this when we do the research, and the trust, we have the capacity, we can do the research now, we can put the education out there, and we have this Google Street View to help. So I think this will be excellent for all of us as a country, for our people, and for the world to experience us in this way. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Higgs. And now, the geniuses behind this, Dimitar Kunev and Federico Kiko De Beto. They're from the Google Partners of World Travel in 360. They're going to take the microphone. They're going to tell us a little bit about the project, and then we're going to field them some questions.
Perfect.
Jimmy?
Thank you.
Kiko? Yep.
So, hello everyone, I'm Federico De Beto, and I'm the VR glasses guy. If some of you already tried it, but when I don't play with VR glasses, I'm the CEO of World Travel in 360. World Travel in 360 is a company that has the mission to bring places on Google Maps. We discovered almost 25 years ago that Google Maps has an incredible power to tell the story of places. And when we found nations like Turks and Caicos, that is amazing. I'm just here since a couple of weeks, but I have already discovered Providenciales. I've been in the North Caicos, in the Middle Caicos, and in the next day I will travel across the other island. And I discovered that it's an amazing place. So the better way to advertise a place like this one is to show the place to the rest of the world. The Google Maps technology is perfect to doing that. And my colleague Dimitar will tell you how we are using that to highlight the beautiful of this place. It's your time.
Thank you, guys. As Federico said, my name is Dimitar Kunev. I'm the COO of World Travel in 360, and I'm really glad to see all of you here, and we are really glad as a company to be able to bring Google Street View and this amazing global virtual tour that we're doing for your islands. So I will just want to kind of show you the bigger picture of what's happening here and speak about just briefly about the technology behind it and what's going on. You've probably seen a car with a big camera. It's like the one that we displayed right here. I know it's a bit in the dark part, but you probably seen a car with this on top going across Provo or even across the other islands. So what we're building here is the Google Street View coverage for all the islands. As Honorable E.J. Saunders said, we will be bringing the Street View coverage to all roads across Turks and Caicos. And if we look at this is Google Maps. This is the satellite view across all the islands. And if we dig deeper and we zoom in, we will go to Provo first, as we are here right now. You see the street. You probably all of you did, at some point played with Google Maps, being here or going somewhere and looking for a place to visit. So of course, Google is known as a navigation system, as a search engine, but it has a lot more behind it. So what we're doing actually is, I don't know if you've ever played with this, but there's a little yellow guy right down here. It's on your phones. It's kind of the same thing. But if you click this, you see all of these blue roads like highlighted. So these are the roads that already, thanks to us and thanks to this cooperation, they already have street view. And up to now, all the tourists that were planning to visit Turks and Caicos, they can go down to kind of the map level, but then when they kind of want to see the vibe, or they're looking for a plot to invest in, or a hotel, or just overall experience of Turks and Caicos, they couldn't do what I'm about to do right now. So if for all the blue spots that you see highlighted, if you zoom down, we'll close and click on any of those roads, now you will be able to go down to street level. Sorry about the connection is not the best because I think I'm far away from the Wi-Fi. But now you can experience like every road across all the islands. You will be able to see the road in front of your house. You will be able to see like if you parked your car there when we were passing by. And this is like every 3 to 5 meters, you can just click and then turn in 360-degree views and explore the island. Sorry about the slow loading. Normally it's much faster than this. So what this brings and why this is important, because as a very touristic destination, like a lot of the people that are coming here as tourists, they start their research basically with like the word like which island should I go to? Like they know that they want to do in the Caribbean, but then they start researching. As like if we zoom out, you see that like heavenly piece of land with these shallow waters and all of the beauty that you have around. So the next thing that they start doing is they start researching where to stay, which are the best beaches to go to, which are how does the uninhabited parts across the island look like. And this is actually the tool that they're using and they're looking for. We expect the street view coverage across the islands to be bringing like around 10 to 15 million views from visitors all across the world every year. We've done previous projects in Zanzibar, in Antigua and Barbuda, and in many other places, and we've seen that this is a very powerful tool and that it's very used by a lot of people to understand where they want to go and to get the vibe of this place before they actually visit. So I will stop here with this thing, and then I want to show you the global virtual tour. So you saw a demo of my colleague Federico that he showed you on the VR glasses. So basically all the landmarks that you saw listed in the presentation, we are going to all of them and shooting high definition aerial panoramas or virtual tours on the ground, showcasing all the nice places around Turks and Caicos. So you will be able to see the turquoise water. This is, of course, this is just like, I must mention that this is the beta version. We've been here for 2 weeks. We already mapped the bigger part of Provo. We've been to North and Middle, Grand Turk, and we're like, our goal is to wrap it up before like the February 7th. So we're moving at a really fast pace. And this, currently you will see some landmarks across Middle Caicos and Providenciales, some beaches. Let me bring you to a landmark that I learned that it's an important place for your history here. So basically you can see aerial views of all the landmarks you will be able to see, and then for some of them you will be able to go to street level, not street level, but to actually visit the sites virtually in the comfort of your own home. And not just you, all the potential visitors across the world will be able to do this. And trust me, they're doing this a lot. There are even games that people play exploring places with this technology. My colleague Federico showed you Split Rock. Here's another perspective. So you were over there. Here's another beautiful panorama on the shore of Split Rock. And there is the turtle that you were seeing in the VR glasses. So this thing here will list all the islands, all the landmarks, And also, we are providing some great tools for even local businesses to get a piece of this exposure. And you can go basically, let me show you, if you go to Leeward Settlement, you see the beautiful island part with the canals, but even like if you own a villa, which I know that a lot of the business people here, it's very big in the business scene, you can even go down and enter even a villa and go inside and experience it in the same quality. So this is a very, very versatile tool that will be able to promote the islands in a very unique way, and we're expecting with, of course, all of the stakeholders in the government, in the tourism sector, capitalizing on the tools that we're providing through this amazing project that Honorable E.J. Saunders is bringing to you guys. It's a marketing powerhouse for you to benefit as residents of this place, and also like from the tourists, but also as what was said earlier, this is a time capsule of some sort. Some of these places, like this area, Grace Bay, I'm pretty sure that in like 3 to 5 years, it will look totally different. So then you will be able to compare what was before. All those nice heritage sites, some of them might deteriorate over time, and this will bring a tool for exploration and for education for the younger generations, because as it was said before me, like this is a very powerful and captivating tool. It's one thing to show a book, it's a totally other thing to put a kid inside the VR glasses and to tell them about the history of this and that place. I am a person that can talk like for hours, so excuse me, and I'll try to like wrap it up around here. But this is an amazing project that we know, because we've done it in a lot of places, we really know that it brings an insane amount of value for everyone involved in Turks and Caicos. And we hopefully will be seeing each other after a few years to recap on how big. Okay, okay, a landmark request.
It's on the Middle Caicos.
Yeah, okay. There we go. So this is something that will happen across all the landmarks. I tried to keep it short. This is why I didn't go into many of those, but let me show you.
That's the Kanbar Caves, and any of you have been in it, you can experience it.
Yeah, I've never been there, like Federico showed it, but it's an amazing way to experience. Let's go to the Indian cave as well. Like now you can see all of this. And imagine that every scene that you see here, you will be able to see it on the VR glasses as well, on your mobile device and all of that. It will be so comprehensive. We'll have all the beaches. Let's go to Thompson Cove, was it? Yeah.
Beach.
Let's go here and see the artificial reef that you got going on over here. And like, who would not want to visit this place after seeing something like that? And basically, you know that for some people, they need just like the small trigger of seeing something amazing to start imagining themselves in that place.
I just showed you.
Yeah, as I said, I showed you some villas, but also this is not just for the hospitality industry, meaning like hotels, villas, and all of that. We can also provide a lot of services to local businesses. We already shot Casablanca Casino. I don't know if you've been there already, but this is how like a person visiting can see the place even before they visit. And this is applicable to any kind of business that needs to attract customers. This is restaurants, hotels, and all of that. And I will finish with just another small thing, is that the landscape of the islands is changing so rapidly that soon enough, and I will show you how fast it is, because some of these places, this is the satellite view across the islands. So you will see, first of all, that it's like in some places not in the best quality. All of this should be green, but currently, due to the way Google acquires satellite data, which they use for their services, you kind of see that the north part of Provo is bright and green, and this one is not. But also, some of these sites have been shot a couple of years ago. So some, like there might be a new view here, a construction might already, like this construction here, for instance, might already probably is done and it looks amazing. We have like a million other techie things that we can bring to Ireland, like 3D models. Let's say that you are into real estate and want to showcase your villa that you want to market to a potential investor in the best possible way. We can actually do a special kind of photography that superimposes this on Google Maps, and if you now own like a very luxury view right here and it's not showing, we can make that happen. So these are all the tools, why, and circling back to why this is important, is this is how the whole wild world is looking at Turks and Caicos, and with this technology, we hope that it actually brings more visitors, brings more revenue to the country, and also makes like the local people thrive with this. So I feel that like I need to end it here and pass the ball to our lovely host. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kiko and Jimmy. So just tell us, how is it the technology going to be maintained? There's someone sitting close to me, I'm not going to call any names, who's been promising us quite a few new roads. So how are we going to see those?
Before they get into that, I just want to say that one of the biggest issues that we had, and someone reminded me about it today, was that on Google Maps, sometimes some of the roundabouts, they had people showing that you go right around the roundabouts instead of left, so we drive on the left. With the new team coming in, you'd be able to see the proper way to go around the roundabouts. So hopefully when tourists are driving down the road, if they're using Street View from this, they wouldn't be going around the roundabouts the wrong way. So that will also get corrected. So just want to put that out there too.
Good, that's awesome news. So
My brother's a lawyer, and he was like, you better tell people that. So.
So how is it going to be updated and maintained?
So the idea is that after we put the imagery on Google Maps, a lot of things start happening, and it's all like now it's very trendy to say AI, but a lot of it is AI based. So like the algorithms of Google will start looking for road signs, they will start looking for new roads, and they like the algorithms themselves in some time they start improving the map. I've seen like in Bulgaria we drive on the right hand side of the road, and I've seen that in some places it actually tells you to go on the right hand side of the roundabout, which is wrong. So this will eventually get corrected, and it's because like Google has like the whole world to cover with this. It kind of takes a few months to start getting out there because it needs to recognize all the spots and to be fixed and then roll it out. But eventually it will improve navigation even to the different places. If there wasn't a road that was present, if there is a road that wasn't present on Google Maps, as soon as we pass on it and we provide the data to Google, they know that they need to add this road because they also have the proof that the imagery is there. So this is like kind of it's going to be self-maintained. We hope that we start a beautiful partnership with the government. There are plenty of other opportunities for using AI to empower you to do a million things. I don't want to get too much into this because it's too thick and I don't want to bore the people here.
Were there any businesses or landmarks that particularly stood out as being very important to include?
Well, I mean, we've been on the island quite short right now. Like, I mean, we've been here for a couple of weeks, and to be honest, every place we go, it's totally amazing. So for us, I mean, currently in Bulgaria and Italy, it's around like 5 to minus 5 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, like maybe around 0 Fahrenheit. So it's quite cold right now, and being here, actually, every place with this amazing weather looks amazing. So for us, everything is, you live in a paradise, guys.
Given our environment and topography, did you find any challenges in terms of technology in any of the shootings?
Well, actually, you have a very like welcoming topography because it's quite flat. So basically, for us, it's super easy to do what we do because flying drones sometimes there's an issue with signal being lost over a hill or something like that. Here, like we can do. This is why actually we're going so fast because it's super. Like the infrastructure is very good. You can get from point A to point B quite fast, and this is why we actually are being able to roll it out so quickly.
Were residents involved in any way, or did you just go about your business and take your imagery?
Yeah, well, we kind of move super fast. So like EJ was super impressed that like we were here a week and then we were already uploading and showing him what's going on. And like 2 weeks into the project, we are able to show you like the bigger part of Provo online, north, east, they're both online, Grand Turk, the bigger part of it is online. And like we've been like just like off the start running towards it. So like we know what we do, we're very professional in what we do, so we kind of just started running with it and making it happen.
how do you think, you mentioned it earlier, the number of views that you think Turks and Caicos will get, but how do you think this improves the visibility of the islands remotely?
Well, it's very important because, as I said, Google Maps is it's the biggest business catalog in the world. Is the biggest mapping platform. Everybody has it on their phone, no matter if you're using an Android or an Apple device. And by itself, it's the most used platform worldwide. It processes something like 60 million searches every second as we speak. It's an insane amount. So just by being present there, like people, for the past, I don't know, for forever, they were probably going down to the street level and checking if this feature was available. So now it's a given. I mean, the traffic is out there, the views are out there. Everybody wants to, living in Europe or wherever, North America, Canada, they want to see this place in that way. So like the views, you don't need to do basically anything from this point to market it out there. It just happens by itself.
And how do you see this assisting, let's say, like the Honorable EJ said, our National Trust and our Department of Culture and our Ministry of Tourism? What sort of, how can it be used as an added tool for those departments?
So you can use it both internally and externally. Externally, of course, if this will be the most comprehensive virtual tour done, and basically by judging for the size of your country, this is something that is just like the biggest that is there. And what is going to happen is it will be based on how you use it internally, meaning just you now have this tool to put it on the school screen to let everybody know, the kids at home, instead of playing games, they should be going around all your islands learning about the history. Here we will embed later info points that tell you when you see, let's say, the Indian cave or any other place around the island, you will be able to learn info about it, and then just like your mind should pick it up from there, and you start exploring. The same thing should happen for every tourist that's gonna visit here, because if I'm planning a trip to this place, this is what I want to know. Which are the best beaches, which are the nicest landmarks that I need to visit, and there's no better way to do this. So it's a tool, it works by itself, as I said before. It will do a very impressive job by itself, but if you take that tool and use it in the proper way, it's limitless.
My media colleagues are here. I know there's a microphone over there. Viv, Zoya, Olivia, Erlson, any questions? Viv? Oh, no? No questions? Sorry? I've covered most of it? I'm sure I've left something out.
Or maybe I talk too much, Elena.
Okay, so thank you very much. You're welcome to... Oh, there's a question? Yes?
I want to say something.
Oh,
Okay, go.
Minister, you want to ask something?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Allison Capron, and I'm lucky enough to be working with this amazing team. So I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I did want to kind of plug in that we will be offering this service for businesses and for villas and hotels. I'm your girl to contact, so contact me if you're interested in any of that. Just how you see it for the cultural landmarks, that's how beautiful it's going to be for your business or your villa. So thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
And then you've got the minister.
Oh, the Minister of Tourism has a question. Yeah?
Just a good night. Thank you very much. I thought that was very interesting, and I know this is something that we will be able to use here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now my question is, are we able to follow the illegal vessels that come into Turks and Caicos?
Well, this is a tough question. Like we don't specialize in that. Like we use very good technology, to be honest. Like we can give your defense ministry some tips on like some devices that they might acquire, but it's not our specialty. I don't know if we can tackle it in every way with our technology, but obviously. You can just use it for planning, like seeing overhead, like planning where entry points might be or something like that.
But you guys are pretty smart, so if you, with AI, do you think that you could partner with someone that would be able to
Well, we are certainly, for our field of work, we work with fancy drones. You will see us flying something that look like small planes. I can for now tell you that there are such devices with heat-seeking cameras that you can fly overnight. There are technology that can be implemented to safeguard the coastline and give you alerts and all that. It's not our specialty, but as you said, we're techie guys, so like we can provide some input.
And perhaps, I'm not sure if you can answer this, or maybe the Honorable EJ would like to answer it. Are there any plans to expand this project to include any sort of underwater imagery? We have gorgeous coral reefs.
Why not? We're doing this because this is the most impactful and this is the most the beneficial thing that will actually start bringing revenue right away. Doing underwater imagery, it's quite hard. It's a different technology. It's doable, and I hope, when I've said before, like I hope that this is the start of a big partnership because based on AI, we can help with infrastructure things. We can help with a lot of interesting opportunities.
To answer that, Cheryl, we're always looking at ways in which we, particularly for me, in which we can enhance Turks and Caicos and make Turks and Caicos, put Turks and Caicos on the map, literally and figuratively. And so these projects, sometimes I'm researching. People will see me constantly like this. I'm researching and things, and anything that's I think that will make the Turks and Caicos stand out, we go for it. Thankfully, this was World Travel in 360. It was affordable enough to be able to, more expensive than I would have liked, but it was affordable where we were able to work together and pull it off. So my plan is to have them here at least once every 3 months. And so we can keep capturing the islands and show the beauty of the Turks and Caicos right across the world. The partnership with the World Travel in 360 and then with Google is an amazing one. I don't think you can get much better than this. As I was speaking with the National Trust and the Ministry of Culture and Heritage a couple of months ago, I think around October, they had a symposium and they asked me to speak on it, speak at it. And while I was speaking, we were talking about all of the things that could possibly be done to preserve our culture and heritage. And when I was driving down the road 2 days ago, I actually saw a big billboard saying, like, capture our heritage and digitize our story, our cultural story, actually. And most of this is being done already. We've provided the government now with a complete cultural and heritage registry. And you can use it for all time. And even though you've seen the high resolution video, we can do it in 3D. And like I said, that data is available for government to use however they wish. And I encourage government, I encourage experienced TCI to use it, I encourage the Culture and Heritage Department to use it, National Trust to use it. And one of the other things that we haven't spoken about is that now that we have clear views of the road, the security services, the ambulatory services, they can now know exactly when someone says this is where I live, they can know exactly where to go, so it makes it easier for them. So the Ministry of PPID will start to be able to use it because they'll have much better views of the Turks and Caicos. So I can see that the Turks and Caicos government benefiting from this tremendously, outside of the fact that tourists will now be using it to come to the Turks and Caicos, be using it when they want to come to the Turks and Caicos.
Thank you so very much, Honorable EJ. Thank you, gentlemen. These gentlemen are going to mix and mingle a little. Oh, sorry, yeah, Viv? Is Olivia? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, good evening. Turks and Caicos Weekly News, Olivia Rose. Just to piggyback a little bit on Honorable Connolly's question, as it relates to using this technology to detect illegal sloops, etc. I'm just wondering, we noticed that recently in the TCI, we experienced a cyber attack. So we're just wondering in terms of, how safe is this? How secure is it? I mean, can people tap into people's private lives using this technology? You just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'll say this. Any technology can be used for good or bad. Okay, so if someone wants to look at someone's house and see what it looks like, they can zoom down and do it. But like I said, the health services, the security services can also use it to save your life. Someone was asking me that question today, and I was saying, like, if you have a gun, and you could use a gun to rob someone, but the police could also use a gun to stop crime. And so with any technology, if you have email, someone could email you spam to try for phishing, and someone could email you something about your loved ones, or they could email you something about your business. So any tool could be used for good or bad, but it's the way the world is going. The world is using this tool, and I would not recommend for Turks and Caicos to be the last. The premier talks about it sometimes, is saying we did in 40 years what most countries do in hundreds of years. And I would say this, speak frankly, that I'm tired of the Turks and Caicos playing catch up with the world. And then we wait until, or we used to wait until the world do something, and then we'd copy and paste it. Now we want to lead. We want to lead and roll out the latest in technologies. And so, to answer your question, I'm certain someone could probably zoom in and see what someone's house looked like. But I would say the benefit to it, particularly for emergency services, when people are constantly saying, "Oh, I live behind glass check behind this so-and-so's house," now the health services and the emergency services zoom right in and know exactly how to get to you. So the benefits far outweigh the risk. But I'll end by saying that all tools can be used for good and bad.
Thank you very much, Honorable EJ. We're truly grateful, again, for the gift to Turks and Caicos and for the job that your Google partners, World Travel in 360, have done. So thank you very much. We're going to continue with brief remarks from the Minister of Tourism, who now has a new tool, and we know she's always looking for ways to promote the Turks and Caicos Islands. So, Minister, here's one. Can we have your remarks, please?
Insurance is limited. Because if somebody starts holding,
Good night, everyone.
good night.
I would like to pay my respects, first of all, to our Deputy Premier and the Honorable Saunders and his team. I just want to say to you, Honorable Saunders, you've opened our eyes into something completely different tonight. When I was asked to put the goggles on, I had to ask Sawyer to hold me because I thought I was going to fall. But you know, this is a good thing, and I think that we will be able to use that here. And it's a valuable tool, and as Dr. Heeg said, you know, we will be able to use this in our schools because education is key. I am so happy to see that you've been able to capture all our heritage sites. There are some sites there I didn't know. And, but I want to remind you that the Turks and Caicos has the third largest barrier reef. And I hope you can capture that. And also Grand Turk has a 7,000 feet wall. And I would like to see that also on that Google map. I want to thank you very much for your vision, Honorable Saunders. And I want to say to your team, well done. We really appreciate you being here. And this is phenomenal. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. I believe I'm on a show. And I will tell the world how important it is to get involved in this type of technology. You bring us, I mean, this is going to do well for tourism. And I was happy when I saw you film the casino. I said, well, maybe he can show us where the illegal boats coming in. But that's okay. That's another story for a different time. But I'm happy that you bring this to fruition, and this is something that we are going to use. And I can assure you that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. We know that you are grateful for this tool. So we know that you and your team will be using it as well. I'd like to recognize the presence of the acting chair of the Progressive National Party, She's here with us, Ms. Delphine Simmons. Thank you so much. Sometimes I wonder how she's still standing after the days that she's had lately, but thank you very much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, to speak on behalf of the Premier and the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, I'm going to invite the Deputy Premier, the Honourable Jamel Robinson, to do us the honour.
Good evening. I'd like to first extend apologies on behalf of our Premier Honorable Charles Washington Mizik, who is unable to be here this evening to participate in this great event, showcasing a very, very, very powerful tool that I believe we will be able to utilize in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. One of the things I noted in Honorable Saunders' presentation was the 600 miles of roads that's been captured. I'd like to give a small caveat to say all of those roads are not public roads, and Turks and Caicos government has no responsibility for paving every one of those. But we'll assist where we can. Just want to put that out there. So it's not 600 miles of government roads they captured. So private roads, I'm certainly sure, was captured as well. But also I wanted to note the great experience actually looking at Split Rock out in Northwest Point. It reminded me of when actually this summer at Disney World, where we went on the Avatar ride. Literally, once you put on the VR set, we were literally in the air, so I felt like I was on one of those flying dragons again. And it scared the bejesus out of me. So don't do that. That's not for everybody, particularly if you're scared of heights. I'm definitely happy to be here this evening as we celebrate the power of technology and partnerships to preserve, promote, and protect our shared heritage. The Turks and Caicos Islands is a nation rich in history, culture, and natural beauty, and we are excited for the assistance and expertise in documenting our unique story. The Street View project will offer potential visitors a virtual preview of the island, showcasing our pristine beaches, historic sites, and vibrant communities, ultimately boosting interest in tourism, as well as is going to assist us greatly in our infrastructure adventures over these next coming years. Additionally, it will create a resource for schools, researchers, and the broader community to learn about the geography, history, and culture of the islands. And it is my hope that people actually plug into this and see what we have as Turks and Caicos Islanders, because more often than not, we find ourselves in a situation where, depending on which island we're from, we're only familiar with that island. So growing up in Grand Turk, I might know about the lighthouse, might know about the wall, etc., etc., but I might have not known enough about South Caicos. I didn't even know Split Rock was in Northwest Point until they told me it was in Northwest Point tonight, even though I was looking at the virtual view, trying to figure out the curvature of the seashore to figure out which side of Providenciales I was actually on. So it's an opportunity not just for our visitors, but for us as locals to be able to know more about the Turks and Caicos Islands, and this is definitely a great project to do that for. So on behalf of the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, I'd like to thank the Google partners through World Travel 360, my colleague Honorable E.J. Saunders, and all involved partners for their collaboration on this project. As a government and people, we will continue to blend tradition with technology and share our unique story with the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Premier. Honourable E.J., would you like to wrap up?
That edge always gets me. Again, I'm just going to end by quickly saying, I want to thank you guys for coming out. as I said earlier, I'm constantly looking to see ways in which we could promote Turks and Caicos Islands. I believe that Turks and Caicos Islanders are first class, and I think the Turks and Caicos Islands is first class. And anything that we could showcase to do that, I try to push for it. I know there were some questions around border security. There's something that I've been thinking about for a while, working with a satellite company. So there's a few things that we're working on. But this is a fun project. I think, as Honorable Robinson said, the schools can use it. The emergency services could use it. The Ministry of Culture and Heritage could use it. The National Trust could use it. But what I want you all to know is that it's there to be used. There's a website that's in conjunction with the Street View. This website that you're looking at right now is just a holding website for us to upload the imagery and then make sure everything is working. But the final website is going to be called enjoy3dtci.live. And then once this project is finished, then all of the imagery and everything will be moved over to it. And I encourage you to do it. And if any of you want to play with the VR glasses and be able to have the imagery loaded on it, I'll give that to you also for free to play with it and be able to walk through the cultural and heritage sites and fly over all our beautiful beaches. So with that, I'm going to say that continue enjoying the night, and thank you all. It means a whole lot to me that you came out and you support this. And that this won't be the last of World Travel in 360. I'm going to try to have them here maybe as often as once every 3 months, but at least once every 6 months. So as we start to pave the almost 600 miles of roads and new villages are getting built out and new technologies are starting to be rolled out, we're going to adopt those technologies to make the Turks and Caicos, show the Turks and Caicos in all its glory. So with that, thank you very much. And I hope that God continue to bless you and bless these beautiful by nature Turks and Caicos Islands. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable EJ. Just a housekeeping matter. Restrooms are the unit immediately to my right. We invite you now to